so let's check it. Okay, so analyzing logs. So yeah, today we are going to spend some time on the analysis of log. So so the question is, what is log? So I think you understand logs. I don't need to teach you. We all are expert in that. So logs are like everywhere. Everything, whatever you have, you do, whatever you click, hover, you open, close, anything, whatever you do, the machines can record it, and that your activities can be recorded and can be stored. So each activities, each click, I'm saying each hover, each click, each hover, each selections, everything in the app you do, it's been recorded, and that is recorded by machine, and that is log. Sometimes you call it alerts also, event also, alarm messages. So log account machine data is everywhere. In fact, you are generating it right now. So there are some of the log sources which you can see here. It can be literally anywhere. You can have IDs, firewall logs, anti-malware logs, proxy logs, network infrastructure logs, server logs, databases logs, application logs. So multiple sources of logs we have. Okay, so data generated by machine, computer processing, and application and central data, that is primarily we call it logs. So which log you are going to work with? Actually, to be honest, I don't have your project visibility, but yeah, most of the time, either you work for the server and workstation log, which may include Linux log, Windows log, log file, access log, file system logs, or network firewall logs, warnings, alert logs, IP addresses and all, database audit logs, configuration logs, schemas log, tables logs, queries and all, web transaction logs, click stream log, the location logs, browser logs, and time. DevOps log also like a test logs, log4j alerts, event logs, code checking and all. IoT logs like a GPS. You know that your mobile is, every time you change, you move from 1 meter to another meter, it's generating a logs, GPS logs, RFID logs, biometric log, temperature logs, limitless logs. So basically, yep, you understand by now, logs are everywhere. Every sort of machines, you have a logs, no matter what machines you are using, or any devices, for example. So place where we have a compute, the place you will find a logs. And also on top of that, nowadays, security is one of the fastest growing sector in IT. Why? We all know about that. Everything is on internet now. Everything is centralized, running in a data center, right? Everything is, it's somewhere outside of your house, not controlled by you. So security is very important. And that is where the log analysis also. IoT also generate lots of logs. And IoT means anyone?
Internet of
Internet
Things.
of Things.
Yeah, Internet of Things. So maybe soon, in few years, you may be buying the smart homes. In smart homes where your fridge, washing machine, AC, TV, your laptop, your mobile, your camera, your car, your house, everything will be connected with each other, and you will be controlling from your devices, mobile maybe, right? So that is done by Internet of Things. Everything will be connected to the internet, everything, right? IoT. So you understand that the what is log, what are the different sources of logs, but why it is important for doing the log analysis? Why do we need this log analysis then? So of course, you want to do the, for us actually, for SRE team, like these are the important regions. There are a lot of other regions are also there, but we want to use for production monitoring and debugging. We want to check that resource uses through the logs. We want to check the HTTP errors through the logs. Any slow queries, I want to check the logs for it. Someone is, is reading our system, like you can say virus or malware or something. So you want to read the logs and security. So these are some of the issues. Also, top of that, if you're getting, some of you wants to more getting into the synthetic side. So you want to read the logs because of tracking your site and platform visitors, situational awareness and threat discovery, getting more value out of network and security infrastructure, extracting what is really actionable automatically. And you want to see the measuring the security, compliance, and incident response, but last but not least. So these are the some of the regions which we have. More or less, we understand that. Now, one important question everyone asks whenever I take a training for Datadog, logs monitoring, or Splunk, or ELK. Why I'm naming this one? Because these are the log monitoring tools, log analysis tools actually. By the way, New Relic is also doing it, but actually most powerful tool which you find in the commercial space is Splunk. In open source category, Elasticsearch. Datadog also have a log analysis, New Relic, another platform, but the capability is not in depth. So most of the people ask me one question, Rajesh, okay, fine. I set up this. I set up a agent which will take the logs, collect the logs, and feed into, let's say, the backend, which is Datadog for us. After that, what I should do? What I should do? Logs are coming, millions of logs are coming in a day of time frame. What I should do? And my answer is simply, I don't know. I can teach you how to collect the logs and then how to read the logs at a Datadog or Splunk or Elasticsearch. But what to look for the logs, what to look in the logs, that I don't know. Because your project requirement, you should know. You should be having that idea in your mind. This is my application, this is my server, this is my project, these are the my problems. I should know. Are you getting my points? That means what you want to discover in the logs, you will have to decide in your project. No any other external person can help you. But that is where that something which is coming, like for the training purpose, what to look for the logs. So when you start looking for the logs, let's say you are having the Linux logs and Windows logs, and you are stored it in the Datadog. And when you want to study, you want to search for something. So what you want to search for it? So this is not my advice, but this is just for the training purpose. So let's say I'll just ask you, some question. Let's say I want to look for the logs or lines where the password got changed. So what should be the approach for it? Can you tell me? Anyone?
Check for 401 errors.
404 error, you know how it is important. This is not I'm doing the web monitoring. No? That I'll do in the synthetic or APM, right?
What's the scenario, Rajesh? If you can repeat.
So it's password changes. So what will be my logic inside my mind? Let's say my manager said, Rajesh, do one thing, send me all the logs where the password had changed and tell me that which IP address from that it has changed and which are the user ID which has changed the password in last 1 week. So I want you to think the logic first. Tell me.
New login events for the particular date which you are checking.
No, password change, I said.
AAA.
No, logic, tell me. I know that answer. I don't expect the 100% answer. But just logic, if you tell me what you build in your mind, that's important. That is all about the outcome of the training.
Password change log message.
Ha. So here I will go and see first. See, Platform will only help you for fetching the information. So I will think first, password change can happen where? So password change can happen in the Windows or Linux, correct? Correct now? Or application. It can happen an OS label or app label, correct now? So either you are changing the application password or either you are changing the OS password. So let's talk about the OS. So let's talk about the Windows, which is very easy. I think most of you are comfortable. So now I have a curiosity. What is a Windows password change event ID? Okay, and here this is the event ID. So I have a millions of lines of log. I don't know how this, you know that, right? All the logs which you monitor, Datadog will take all this thing. Correct now? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, Rajesh, we can hear
Yeah.
you.
So here you see that event ID. This is the column. So I don't want to open up because you know what? This system will hang because I have not cleaned up from log. Okay, it's not hang. We are lucky. So here these are the event IDs. See that? So these are the logs. It's showing in the event viewer. Okay, you see that. So now I will search the line which has a 4724 like that. You build the logic in your mind. If you say like, okay, I have a 2 trillions of lines of code, lines of log in my system, and I did not get a training what to do with that. No, no one can train you that. You have to build that logic. So like that. So first thing, what we decided, what you want to look in the log, only you can decide. And after that, build the logic in your mind. What should I search? Logic is important. And then once you have a logic, then I think easy way you have to search the event ID. Are you understanding what I'm trying to convey the message, all of you? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, Rajesh.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So for initially learning purpose, let's say if you are monitoring the Windows log or Linux log, what you want to do? So learning purpose, you can look for the password changes, unauthorized login lines, login failures log, new login events log, malware detection log, malware attacks seen by IDs. ID means this your Active Directories or network, no, not network, antiviruses and all. Scan your firewall open and close port. DDoS attack, check that. Okay, let me ask you, how do you identify DDoS attack? Build the logic. I'll show you the DDoS attack, which is happening right now. You want to see that? It is always happening with my side because I don't want to spend too much of. So tell me how, tell me the logic. I'm not telling you, give me the solution for it. Tell me the logic. How do you identify DDoS attack?
If there are so many requests which is trying to hit a specific endpoint continuously.
Okay.
From the same source IP.
Frame source. Yeah.
Same source IP. Correct now? Yes, wonderful logic. So which log file you will see that?
Access log.
Wonderful, access log. So see, let me show you here. This is the perfect logic actually you built. So what I'll do, access log, I'll go to the access log. What is this? Logs, no? Yeah. I'm showing you this real DDoS attack actually, which is happening. So this is the access log, and you see that here. Whatever you see, it's access, real live production. Okay, this is the DDoS attack is happening. And if you see that, just if you notice that all the DDoS attack is happening on my WordPress website. So they want to do something, access, create an account, fake account, spamming and all stuff. Okay.
And what file we can check for the Windows? For the
Not
DDoS
Windows.
attack?
Window.
Okay.
See, this file will differ. Let's say I'm showing you Apache logs. You should see Apache, Tomcat, IES, Nginx, your application log, or like Windows, we don't do the DDoS attack. Okay, Windows also we can do. Sorry, bad state. Windows also you can do that. RDP log. Someone is trying to access your Windows, or Linux log, SSH log. SSH log you want to see? No one is, you won't see that right now because no one is accessing my server. SSH log will be in this directory. Okay, some file will be there. I need to look for it. So who's logged in, what and all. See this last log is this. Okay. So system log. So these are all the system logs of Linux. But I was showing you application log, DDoS attack. So this is right now it's happening with my. But how do I identify? How do I identify? So I have some. I'll show you this. You want to see the IP address? Just a second. So logic you have to build. No one can help you here. Okay. Logic you have to build. No one can help you. So here I want to show you the DDoS attack now. And here, this command will tell me, just a second, where, this command will tell me, this is all our Linux command, but tools are there, a lot of tools are there. Okay, now it's taking time because access log size is too high. See that these are the resources. Now you want to shut it out. See where the attack is happening. I'm just doing through the shell scripting. I mean, sorry, Linux code, Linux command. Okay, see that all the attack is happening. Most of the attack is, these are the, now why these people are hitting mostly this one? They're trying to upload something. Okay, so it's like this. Here you see. See, this is a what they're doing. They only they know that. So yeah,
What is
understood.
the IP address?
What is that?
Where is the IP address?
IP address you want? I'll tell you. Whose IP address is attacking my site? I'm telling you.
Yeah.
See, only top 10 IP address. See, these are the IP address which is hitting most actually. Where this IP address has hit 60,000 times. I don't believe it actually. See that? This is a fake traffic, correct now? So what I'm trying to say overall, only you have a log. I'll teach you how to collect the logs, how to store the logs, how to search for the logs. But what to search, only you know that. Correct now? And how to, correct? So yeah, you can check find integrity changes, data exported, new process started or running, process stopped, share access event, disconnected. This is just for learning purpose, but you are working for the project. You know what is the log analysis requirement for your project, and you have to find out. You can have one team meeting actually for this and say, hey, every week we have a 10 one meeting for 30 minutes, and that you'll discuss what we should search for it, what kind of things we should search for it. Okay, so that is something which you can do that. So now next thing is, okay, what is the common fields in the log? Common fields. So common fields, it again differs, depends on the application and platform. But some of the common fields you'll see, of course, time you'll see, source you see, destination you see, protocol, ports, username, byte exchange, and and stuff like that. So now the question is, what are the best practices for log analysis? So for the best practices, the log analysis are pattern detection recognitions. See, you have millions of lines in the log file. So detect the pattern and see what are the unique pattern of the log you have in the things. So the tool which you are using, it should be having the pattern detection and recognition. Second feature you should be having in the tool, that is called normalization. So normalization means, I'll put it in simple way. So normalization means, so normalization means there is a Apache log in India server and there is Apache log in USA server. So both are the same log for same Apache from same project running in a two different location. So India servers will follow IST, some time stamping, time format. US server will follow US times format. So if you keep it both the logs at one place for doing analysis, then it will show two different kind of results. So that is where the tool should help you to merge that different time format to the common time format, which you want, whether it's India or USA, convert that logs and give you the only one result. So that's called normalizations in simple. Are you understanding? All of you? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Now your tool should support tagging and classifications also. Tagging and classification means you should tag the each logs line with certain additional fields so it can transform in terms of filtering and searching. For example, this log is from the server 1, this log is from the server 2 of the same stake, Apache or Tomcat, or because you don't nowadays you don't run one server, you run hundreds of servers, right? Now, fourth feature you should be having is correlation analysis. Correlation analysis means, anyone would like to tell me what is a correlation analysis? We have been discussing a little bit earlier also on this. Anyone? Anyone, guys? So correlation analysis we learn. Remember the transaction and versus trace? I explained it to you. Anyone?
No, I'm not able to recall.
Transaction, yesterday only we discussed. Transaction versus trace.
Yeah, transaction is collection of trace.
And yeah, so how can you identify which trace belong to the same transaction? Because you have a multiple traces, right?
Yeah.
So how can you identify? So
Either
here,
through a session ID or some tagging or something
correct.
like that, right?
So that is where the correlation analysis is required. So when I attack on your system, so I will attack from my system to your system. I will access your load balancer. I will access your web server. I will access your app server. I will access your database server. Now, which is my request in your database server? Which is my request in your app server? Which is my request in web server? Because in your web server, you have a millions of other requests, but where is my request, which is a hacker's request? That is where the correlation analysis happens. So the tool should provide you way to provide the correlation analysis. And last one, artificial ignorance, that the feature should be there. So that means there are certain lines, certain logs, which is not making any sense. For example, sometime info logs. Okay. So those logs entries can be easily ignored. Okay. So that tool should be provided that options for you. So these are the 4 best practices a tool should provide you for the log analysis. So yes, you are going to collect the logs, clean of the data, convert into structured form analysis of data, obtain results. So yeah, you are going to generate Apache, for example, Apache logs or Linux log, collect, aggregate, normalize, alerts, store, summarize, baseline, and make conclusion and act on them. So the question is, which are the log analysis platform which you have? So there are so many in the market, but we have a Datadog which we are using today. So ingest the log, index the log, visualize the log. That is what we are going to do. Okay, so let's get started into the Datadog now. So now here, Yeah, so let's get started. Log management with the Datadog. So Datadog provide in terms of log management, rapid troubleshooting interfaces. That means if you have some problem in some of the infrastructure or APM side, and immediately if you want to see the logs of that particular server or that particular application which is captured in the server, so you can use Datadog easily. So full observability means, remember that I cover the infra, then plus APM, then log is it was missing. So yeah, log will also provide the full observability. It has a seamless integrations. So seamless integrations means multiple other services. For example, cloud-based services or third-party logs, third-party log shippers such as Logstash, RSysLog, Fluentd, and all. It has a seamless integration. By the way, anyone have idea what is a Logstash, RSysLog, or Fluentd? Anyone?
No, Rajesh, not me.
Okay, so Logstash is one of the parser. Fluentd is also parser. Parser means processing the transforming the logs. I think someone has asked the question related to data pipeline pattern or something like that. So here Logstash, people use Logstash or Fluentd like that. Okay, so Datadog has a very well integration with this stuff. In the production, you use all those tools only. These are the different tools actually. Okay, so you can do the customized process. So you can enrich your data logs, doing some creating a pipeline, you know. You can extract and transform your logs into something else, meaningful data, you know, that is possible. And you can use for the alerting and visualizations. So now that is the stuff. So now let's get into the demo side. So first thing, what was the log? Why this log analysis is important? What are the phases and practices and best practices and tools are available for the log analysis? We understood. And what to do when you have a logs in front of you, what to look for it, we understood more or less. Any questions, any doubts so far? All of you? Okay, so what I'm going to do, how to send a log to Datadog, that's important. So first I'll show you through the manual process, and then I'll show you how to automate all this process. So look at this. This is the manual process. I'm right now trying. So using the Telnet API. Okay. So here this is the Telnet. This is the API address for log. This is where you can send the any logs, and this is the port number. Using the Telnet, you can send the log in the JSON format. This is the log. This is a simple line. It can be larger also. So here you have a message, DD tagged with environment, DD source, terminal, and blah, blah, blah. And here you need to give the API address. So this is a way manual. You can try. So let's use the Datadog. Now here you have a log search. Let me check if I have a logs. I have not set it up so far. Okay, so get started, it says. So see here, I don't have any logs actually. That's the reason it's coming like this. So now can I send the logs? Can I send the logs? So let's do that. So I need to have API key first. Are you able to see my screen, right? All of you?
Yes.
Yeah, Rajesh.
Yeah. So this is API. So I'll run this command, enter. So you see here, it's got connected to that API address. In fact, they are using AWS. You see what they're using. ELB they're using, load balancer of AWS for this domain name. From domain name, they connected to this is the address. Okay, so now this is the way you can send the log manual way. Many ways are there. Enter. I send it. Now let's come here and refresh. Just wait for some time. I'm just trying to. See, understood. The moment you have, it was a fresh account, right? Now you have only one log. This is the log. And here is this the things tagged with this. This is the line you saw it. Message. So this is the one line actually. Like that, you have a millions of lines. Are you understanding now? All of you?
Yeah, Rajesh.
Yeah. So this is the one way. Now the question is how to do through curl way. So this is the curl way. Let me show you one by one. Multiple option, whichever you like, you can try. This is the curl way. So curl way. You know what? This is the which data center that is?
Use one.
US 5.
Yeah, remember that. Don't run any commands blindly without logic. So Datadog API log. Just a second. So actually, I'm not sure. So I think this is the one. So I'm just verifying. Logs dot. So if you want to change to US 5 3 here, see 3 I did. So here you got 3. Here I got US, this one. So here for this is not needed. Okay. So this is the right API for US and my key you know very well. Now these are the source, tag, host name, message, and something, anything you want to do. And this is a JSON body. Okay, this is JSON body. D for what? Document. This is one document actually. Okay. So this is the one document. Copy. You can run for any Linux or Windows command, not a problem. And here, second line also I pushed it. Just wait for a second. It's not come so far.
API key, I think we need to change.
I changed, no? Correct. I changed. It takes few seconds. Just wait. Got it. So this is the second line. Sorry. And here you got it. So now you'll say, Rajesh, you are teaching me line by line, one line at a time. Who has the time to do that? Who will do that? I'm not going to do that. So guys, these are the logs you can feed into Datadog from your application actually. These are the. Are you getting my points? For example, from the code itself, developer will write a code saying that, hey, I want to send this log to the Datadog. So when you discuss with the, see, you want some logs, certain logs from your application in the Datadog. So you'll discuss with the development team saying that, hey, in the code itself, can you embed something like this? So I will get that log, which I will not get it from the log in a traditional log monitoring. Getting once? All of you. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So this will be on top of the regular logs that are received to Datadog, right?
Correct.
So I can also create a dashboard to find this specific log, and the application owner can also do coding to give this specific log to Datadog.
Yes. You can have a discussion what you want to store in the Datadog.
Okay.
So now the question is, how do we push large amount of logs to the Datadog? So I think there are so many solutions are given. So many solutions. Fluentd is there. Logstash is there. Okay. So many solutions which are there, which I discussed somewhere here. Somewhere integration part. So Fluentd is there, Logstash, the RSS log is there. But agent also can send the logs, and that is what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to configure the Datadog agent itself, and I'm going to tell agent, hey agent, from now onwards, you take that log and send it to. Sorry. So take that logs from this file and send it to
Datadog.
How can we say? How can we do that? So the first thing, we have to enable the log monitoring in the Datadog YAML file. And after that, you have to set something like this. So which I'll do one thing instead of talking here. I'll put it in a notepad. So here we have installed the Datadog agent. I don't think so. I need to teach you, you know very well. This is also, you know very well. This you have to do that. So you have to go to the datadog.yaml file and enable this flag, log enabled true. So can we do that? So let me do that. So root Rajesh 123. Oh, sorry. Okay, so 7. Two dot 168.1.7 root Rajesh 123. Okay, guys, I hope you can see that, right? So let me go to the Datadog YAML file, vi etc Datadog YAML. Done. Now we have to go to the log enabled. We have to make it true. So can we go to this place? You see here, log collections configuration. Are you able to see my screen, right? Properly? You have to do that, all of you.
Yep.
Yeah. So this part you have to do. Log in collections. So here you have so much of entry. I'll not get you lost too much here, but you have to make it, remove this and make it true. That means now agent will collect logs also. Now configurations are here downside. So many other configurations, firewall, HTTPS settings, and many other stuffs are there. Right now, I'll not let you get lost in this compression level, that how when shipping the logs, how it should be compressed. So yep, batch, wait a time. Many entries are there. Okay. So you can do that, all this stuff, not now. Done. So this you have to do. After that, you have to restart the agent. Now the question is, how do I inform agent saying that, hey agent, take the logs from this place? So for that, you have to remember this directory anyways, conf prod. So go to etc Datadog agent and here conf.d. Now everything you have to enable here. So now you'll say, Rajesh, we had enabled Apache here, Docker here, Tomcat here, or something else more. How can we enable this log? So you know what? The beauty is very simple pattern. Any directory which is ending with a D and with a valid YAML file will be detected by Datadog agent. Did you understand the pattern? So you can create your own directory also. So I'm creating one directory named with this one. This can be different name also, but ending with a .d. That's the directory. Understood so far? All of you? Hello?
So by default, once you enable the log collection, it will start collecting logs for all the integrations that exist.
Yes, you can. Okay. So you can say, Rajesh, okay, I want to enable the logs for Apache also. So what you need to do? You need to go to the Apache.d and conf.file, and let me show you the bottom section of it. Init configuration, no. Instances, go down little bit of it, and let me see if they have entry. Most of the files should be having entry as part of best practices. See here, log section, correct now? Now, important line is this one. Tell me if you understood or not.
Path to the access log and the error log.
Yeah. So now, if your Apache log, if it is at this location or this location, uncomment this and agent will pick up the logs and send it to Datadog. Correct? No? Correct? No? All of you? Hello?
Yeah.
So what is the important thing? This one. So I'm doing the same thing. What I did, I created one directory, and in that I'll have one YAML file, and I'll have something similar in it. So that means why I'm doing that? Because I want to have all the log collection sources at one place. It'll be easy for me to manage. You can keep it in a separate also, but you can keep it in one also. It's up to you. Make sense, all of you? Please do let me know if you're getting confused.
So Rajesh, in this case, we are touching the YAML files which exist for that particular maybe component, right? Specifically looking at, in this case, it might be an Apache, it might be Tomcat or anything.
Yeah.
But what in case if we need to be having this particular configuration, because this is just a configuration which require what log files and all that, right?
Right.
So is it okay that we can customize it in a different directory, because we can create a separate directory altogether? It just needs a .d and put everything there instead of having at the application level and the
That's
Apache
what I'm
level and
saying.
all
The
of
same thing. I like, instead of going into the each integration and enabling the bottom section of this file, I like to have my own one directory and only for the log. And that's what I created this directory. I did this, and after that, what I will do, I am creating one file inside it, and the file is conf.yaml. So let me show you here. So go to custom, and here I am having one file. It file can be also anything, conf.yaml, and here I will have this entry here. Understood or not? In the file. Okay. So what logs I wanted? So I'm going to decide ls var logs. This one. So I'm going to have this locations. In this location, and it should be star if I'm not wrong. Just a second, I'll get a confirmation. Logs pattern star, how to put it, I little looks okay. I will look for my own documentation. Yeah, star.log. Yeah, star.log. That means any file which is ending with a .log in this directory, something like yum.log, boot.log will be done. So are you understanding, guys, all of you? These are the type file path. This one, source is a way to add tag, and service is a tag label, you can say. So just copy, paste it, and save it. Oops. Save it, and finally restart the agent. So let me know if you find any difficulties.
How you can do the same in the Windows?
So Windows just a path, no, same line. Path will change, C drive, dab. Everything will be same. There's no special treatment for Windows. See, logically, you have to go inside this conf.d, create this directory, create this file, put this entry, whatever you want to do, just modify this path. That's all. Correct now? And restart. All of you are understanding or not, guys? So now here you can have multiple file like that. This is one source, two source, three source, four source in one file dedicated for only log management. So that is something you'll do that. So you want to see that log status, and here there's not error, it's info. Yeah. So where is my log enabled process? Here it is. And you see here, this is a troubleshooting skills. So I run this command. Tell me, guys, what is the problem?
No permission in
Permission denied.
code.log.
Why? I don't know actually.
It's owned by probably root and not DT agent.
Wonderful observation. Actually, agent runs using the DD agent. But if you see that, I'm becoming a very clever guy using a root. You should not. So this permission for this file, which file? This file or that file? Which file? Which file?
Log file.
So let me see that. So here, see, this is the one. Boot.log. This is a log file. So which is a permission denied. So what to do? I can do nothing. Actually, var log here. And what I can do, chmod 775 or 777. This is worst practice. Just for working, I'm doing it. 777 and restart the agent. And basically status. I'm checking the status. Wait for a second. It's taking time. Yeah, go up, process, and you see here, only in that directory I was knowing only two files I showed you, yum.log or boot.log. So here you have, and it's being reading actually. So yum.log will be populated when you install something in the machine, and boot.log will be populated when you restart the server. So can we install some yum git application, yum command? So it will generate some logs, but you can see it in the Datadog. I did yum.log will be updated now. Install and install all this thing, you can do that. So from now onwards, you don't have to do anything. Any changes which will happen in the boot.log and yum.log, automatically it will be pushed to Datadog. And now let me check status. Go log, and here I did this, and you see here Read? Understood now? Byte exchange, byte read 1953. Now can we go and check that, validate if logs is coming or not to Datadog? And for that, a refresh. And now see 32 logs line. Now you have a one way I taught you through Telnet. Second way I taught you through curl API. Third way I taught you through the agent. And now this is the logs which you have. Now you can search here. Two sources are there. Three sources, I think. Did I not? Just a second. Sources did I not? Sources custom. Okay, this is the one. Custom. So that's the reason it's coming custom. So I should have put the sources different. Okay. So index you have only one. Service. All this thing. And yeah. So here you have. So now you need to study how to search for it, how to use this search. It's like using a Google. This is your Google for your organization, for your production server. You should know how to search for it. Make sense, guys, all of you?
Yep.
So now one thing I want to do in this server, there is Apache log actually. Let me see that. Where is Apache log? It can be. I'm just thinking the location.
etc.
No, etc is configuration locations. It should be here only. Yeah, it's here. So access log and error log. Location is this one. So what I will do, let me create an entries for it. This time I'll create an entry. What is the type? File. What is the path? This one. / what? Access log. And what is the source? Apache. What is this? Access. What is the service user? It's Apache is running with Apache only. I'm just, you can give more field actually. You can add more field. Environment, production, like this. These are the tagging actually. Help you to design your things. Now, sorry. This one, Apache production. Are you understanding this pattern matching? Now I don't have to do anything. Just keep modifying that file. One file for everything. That's the reason instead of multiple file, I like one file actually, because so many things to do when it comes for work. So I don't want to confuse myself. So right now I remember every time this file. So if it's upon your approach, okay, you feel whatever the comfortable you feel, Datadog will allow for it. Okay, are you understanding how I am adding the sources, multiple sources for the agent? All of you, and tagging also. Hello.
So what can be type other than file for logs?
That's a very good question actually. So first, that's how is coming topic. So it can be, but are you comfortable so far this?
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, very good observation by the way. So now let me first complete this restart command. And finally, I think I have to start systemctl, start httpd also, and curl. One hit I'm doing it just for refreshing it. Local host 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just for the faking out the logs. And can we see the status? Where is this command? Here it is. I got used to it copy paste because a lot of tools I support, so I don't remember the commands exactly, but the context pattern in my mind. Yeah. So go to logs. Here you see carefully, this is a 1, okay. And if you go below, here is a 1, okay. And here, this is a file status, okay. And this is another one. This also. You have to do this work because you don't know what the setup is okay or not. So if status is okay, that means it's okay. Else it's not okay. So now refresh. And now I'll do, because I'm running Apache from last 2 days, I guess. So I'm okay with 2 days. See, these all are Apache logs. You see here, Apache, I service Apache. Now you can filter it also here. See, Apache access, you want only 12 lines, or you want only, I had filter given one more filter, no? Apache service, okay. Source error log. So source. Error log has not come.
Because there is no traffic probably to the error.
Maybe correct. There's no errors to the HTTP. That's the reason this is not there. Yeah. So now you need to search for, you need to learn these searches. So now the question was, this is a good question, what you can have with the file instead of file. And for that, I will share with you one of my tutorial. And that is this one. Datadog documents anyways is there for you, but I want to share with you my document because I keep updating it for the specific question which is there. So logs, true. This is also one log for it, and okay, not able to find quickly, so let's use the slides only. Where it should be. Okay, so okay, I have to give up now. Datadog log type. So it should be TCP, it is UDP, it is all these things. So here just a second. Unfortunately, I'm not. So here, let me answer this question. So this can be a file, or here it can be this can be TCP also. Let me show you that list of it. It's pretty longer list. Not sure why I'm not getting it quicker. I got it. So you look at this here. So I'll here. Here it can be logs type file. Okay. Here type file which you see. This is a TCP UDP. So type TCP. Okay. It can be UDP also and the port number. It can be general also, type general D. General D, and it can be Windows events also. So type Windows event. Got it? Hello? Hello?
So depending on the type which you give on that port, whatever the traffic comes, it will go. Say like for TCP or UDP, any traffic which hits that port will get logged. Is that
yes?
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. I think your statement I did not hear you correctly. When you say hit, no. What happens? Many tools expose the logs at some TCP port number. So from there, that agent will take it, and whatever it's available at this port number at that time, at the interval, will take it and send it to Datadog. Same goes with UDP also. So for example, Datadog log is available for Docker. Sorry, Docker log is always available. Depends on that. If you want to expose at this port or UDP port, agent can pick it up from there and send it to Datadog.
Okay, the same thing which you explained on first day, where we are hitting it to some endpoint where agent can pick it up from and then send it to Datadog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And this at this one is your under your control, whatever you want to tag it. Okay, HTTP was also there earlier, but right now it's not. So maybe they converted to API, which is on top, which I already showed you the demo for that. Okay, so any other questions, guys? All of you? Okay, so now next topic is, after feeding the logs, all this thing you will do, you have to learn how to search for it. That is the next topic which I'm having. To how to search for the logs. So before getting into that, I think I should ask you to set up all this stuff and then probably cover this topic. Will that be okay?